Have you ever heard this on site?
सर इतना तो चलता है.
About alignment, about finishing,
About safety, about documentation.
it sounds harmless, but this one sentence quietly destroys more EPC project than any other factor. Let me explain why. It always starts with small. A minor drawing mismatch, a slightly late delivery, incomplete documentation. Someone says Chalta Hai because it feels manageable in that moment. The thinking is we'll adjust later.
The EPC projects don't punish you immediately, they punish you later.
That drawing mismatch, it becomes rework during installation. That late ordering, it creates a cascading delay across the 3 other activities. That incomplete documentation, it turns into a dispute during commissioning when the client refuses to sign off. What was ignored during design shows up during execution. What was tolerated during procurement becomes a shutdown at site.
And by then, the cost to fix it has multiplied 10 times.
But the financial cost is only half the problem. The bigger damage is cultural. When Chalta Hai becomes normal, teams stop escalating issues early. They assume someone downstream will handle it. Quality checks turn into box ticking exercises. Site engineers stop pushing back on substandard work because boss ne kaha adjust kar lo. And the founder, you only find out when the project is already bleeding money, when the client is furious, when your team is firefighting for the 3rd week straight. At that point, everyone is exhausted. And the easiest explanation becomes,
This is how EPC business is. Project always has issues.
no, projects have issues when standards slip and nobody catches them early. Strong EPC companies don't eliminate mistakes. Mistakes will happen. Material will get delayed. Design needs revisions. Ground realities differ from drawings.
But the strong companies eliminate the casual acceptance.
They define what's acceptable and what's not. They create checkpoints where issues get flagged when they are still cheaper to fix. They build a culture where saying this is not right is rewarded, not resented. When your site engineer catches a foundation deviation on day 2 instead of a day 20, you save lakhs. When your procurement team flags a vendor delay 2 weeks in advance, you can reroute. When your QA person refuses to approve substandard work, you avoid rework. That's not being difficult, that's being professional. You ask yourself this:
Where in your projects has Chalta Hai become normal?
is it in design reviews that get rushed, vendor quality checks that get skipped, site documentation that's always pending, handover processes where things are left incomplete? Because wherever it's hiding, it's costing you in margins, in reputation, in team morale. If you are running an EPC business and you want to identify where Chalta Hai is silently damaging your project, let's talk. Send me a message or a comment below. We'll start by diagnosing where standards are slipping. Thanks for watching.